how do you extract the nuance out of this last month? Assuming that this individual then is actually kind of through the theory, and they're just looking for those small gains.
Yeah, definitely. So, so look, I think there's obviously a spectrum of things that you could do. Obviously we have our own programs that start in the next couple of weeks. So, obviously come up for us for help.
Sure.
But outside, like in general, looking at preparing for any test, I think taking some time to plan out what your goals are and what you're going to try and achieve is important. So
that's really good advice. Yeah.
So within a month, how much theoretical ground can you possibly cover? And like I said, trying to prioritize what area of theory you might want to study.
Yep.
Then getting your hands on material on some materials will be pretty important, I think.
Yep.
What they are doesn't really matter. I think it could be GAMSAT style questions, but and that's probably the gold standard or the silver standard. But you could do any questions from anywhere. So even university questions or high school questions or anything, I think would be useful at that sort of basic level.
Yeah, I think that's if you've taken, let's say this individual's taken your advice, they've sat a practice exam.
Yeah.
I think one thing that a practice exam teaches you is that any form of material can be beneficial towards the preparation as long as you view it through the right lens.
Yeah.
And I think that's a sort of a sub question that people often ask themselves when they're thinking about, what's good material, what's bad material. A lot of it's actually the individual's approach to the material.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something that you're literally going to then see the repeat of, well, you're not going to find it.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for ways to improve certain aspects, so university questions obviously are going to be much more precise. Yeah. And if you can separate those questions, shows that your foundations are great. But if you're looking at maybe MCAT or BMAT material or other GAMSAT material, trying to have a meta appreciation for the style of the question is as beneficial, but
definitely
comes from a different perspective.
Yeah. And I think, so if I had 1 month and that was it, sort of in going back to that planning thing, my goal would probably be trying to build a strategy across the test. Sort of, we're talking about it a bit in our simulation day, but like from waking up to walking out of the test, I want to know exactly what I'm going to do end to end for each of the sections. So for section 1, I want to have a sense of how I'm going to approach the different types of text there are, how I'm going to approach a question I don't know what the answer is, whether it's 2 options or 3 options, like what am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
And section 2, maybe I want to have a sense of what essay I'm going to write for task A, what essay I'm going to write for task B, obviously with some flexibility there, but sort of roughly have a sense. And then for section 3 as well, I want to be in the same position. What do I do if I have a question that I have an FI about, what am I going to do? You can't just freeze on the day.
No.
Because if you have a sound strategy, I really think that can have a significant, so like a hallmark effect on your score.
Yes.
Compared to you in the same position going into the test without that strategy.
Correct.
And it's kind of it's a softer skill than doing 100 questions, but a few hours spent thinking about that will probably pay off in a greater way.
Yeah, and it's hard to know at the time, but I think once you've seen enough students and whatnot, I can definitely say that that's the case.